This episode of Unqualified is brought to you by McDonald's, proudly serving communities since 1965. On the drive to and from my parents' house in Washington State, we almost always stop at two particular McDonald's, one in Salem, Oregon, and another in Eureka, California. At the moment, we are in the parking lot of the Salem location, and I just finished a Big Mac and fries. Even though we are just passing through, I appreciate the familiarity and feeling of community. The other day, I was looking through my mother-in-law's photo album and came across a photo where she and her friends are standing in front of a McDonald's wearing their cheerleading uniforms. I usually call my mother-in-law New Mom, but her name is Marcia. Under the photo, Marcia had written a note, and I talked her into letting me read it here. San Bernardino, California. I have so many memories of this McDonald's over the years. My father took me there on what I think was opening day. What a thrill it was as a young girl to order a chocolate shake, hamburger, and French fries. Then there was the time when my cousin Hinda and I were given a tour and allowed to take dill pickles by the cupful out of a huge barrel. We must have eaten 100 pickles each. Everyone in my family knows the story of how I accidentally missed the ketchup container and dipped a fry into my milkshake. Now when I dip fries in my shake, it's on purpose. I remember when I was 12 years old, my mother and my cousin Noel Novak, Larry's brother, picked me up from dance class and we went for dinner to celebrate Noel's graduation from high school. Years later, when I was in high school, we would go to McDonald's every Friday night after the football game. I wish you could see this photo. Marcia couldn't remember if they won the game that night, but everyone is smiling as if they did. Wherever your local McDonald's is, there's nothing better than that wonderful feeling of community.
Which one was your girlfriend? That's your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh. That's so Sim and I, we've known each other since 2000. He's like my oldest friend here
We've
in
seen
LA.
each other
He's
through
93.
divorces, and
Yeah,
it's just
true.
a lot.
Divorces? Who got divorced?
Both
You
of
both
us.
did. You both got divorced?
Yeah.
We're divorcees. Aren't we sophisticated?
I'm so happy though that you're not. I've had so many friends get divorced recently, and they're still so sad. Like someone 7 years, and they're still so sad.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
it's
the worst.
a journey.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like, yeah. But that's how I learned what was good for me, you know?
And you know what? And a bunch of our listeners are going to learn from our experience because we're going to call a couple of people right now. Look at that segue. I'm getting so much better with the segues, aren't I?
Yeah,
No, that was
yes.
bad. That was bad.
I really love this part.
Oh, really? I'm loving. You know what? They sent this to me, so you can totally get one of these. This.
Okay.
Oh, can we-
Pilot,
yeah.
can I tell you the reasons why I love you?
Why? Because I admitted that. Wait, should I not have? I've still
Well-
got the tag. I live with this bag though. Thank you. They're so nice.
I love.
I don't even know how to say that.
What,
It's Latin.
did someone give you a nice bag?
They did.
Aw.
I'm really lucky.
And I love,
But
like-
just to
It is a-
listeners
it
out
is a
there,
pretty
it
bad.
doesn't happen very often. But it is ironic that as an actor you struggle and you're unemployed for so long and
know,
you can't
and then
afford
you-
purses, and
and
then
then you get free
You
shit.
get suddenly when you can afford to buy yourself something, you get sent it. It's like, why didn't it come before when I was?
I know.
Everyone wins though. The brand manufacturer wins because you're around being seen with the purse, and you win because you get a free purse. No one loses.
But they don't
Well-
really win that much because I tend to give them to my relatives. Of course,
I know. I totally do too. And there's also a little bit of like the guilt, like the
Yeah.
guilt of like
Really?
of just what you were
of
saying.
accepting free stuff is you feel
Yes,
guilty.
it doesn't feel good. I don't often do it, to be honest.
Do you know whenever there's I hear about those like those pre-Emmy gift bag things where they
You have
invite
to be
actors.
nominated. You have to be nominated.
No. I'm
That
talking about
precludes
like
me.
aren't
Oh.
there like parties where you can like go and they have like they
The
give
night
away
before party.
and
Yeah.
they give and there's a bunch of like different places that have like either giving out bags or coffee or whatever. You
I
just
never have.
pick out
I'm not confident enough to
to
I know.
accept free stuff.
I've
That's good.
I know.
That's really good.
I know. I'm with you. I'd rather feel like I sort of that I earned it with my
Yes.
hard fought SAG minimum.
Yeah.
But hey, wait, you guys, before we call,
Yeah.
can we just really quickly talk about what's the sexier word in two very unsexy words? cunnilingus or fellatio?
Oh, definitely fellatio.
Fellatio
You think that's
is
less sexy?
Sorry, sexier.
Yeah, no, I'm
sexier,
with
yeah.
you on that.
Cunnilingus
No,
sounds
no.
sharp, and it just
Yeah.
makes me think of a cat
Yeah.
licking with a small tongue.
Yeah. No, cunniling. It's like, how would you ever say like, oh yeah, baby, will you, let's do some cunnilingus.
Yeah, it's too long. It sounds Irish.
You wouldn't say fellatio either.
Fellatio.
You wouldn't
is
say
at
that in that
least
context.
fellatio.
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't say
No, of
fellatio.
course
You would
not.
say go down on me or
Right.
Yeah.
But I do think that Isla has a point that fellatio is slightly better than
It is. It's softer.
cunnilingus.
Fellatio.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is a sweeter
Cunnilingus
word.
is it's just sort
It's
of
hard.
I just because we talk about this a little bit on the podcast, like when coming up with the idea based in Latin, like how do we come up with so many unsexy sounding words for our privates? Vagina,
Yeah.
penis,
Yeah.
testicle, like
Yeah.
everything.
Labia majora, labia minora.
That actually kind of sounds sexy when you say it like that.
Sex tape's going to be
Wait.
so good.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm thinking about the labia majora and the labia minora. I prefer the minora.
I don't even know if that's right, if they're the right terms. I can't quite remember. Human biology was a long time ago.
Clitoris.
Vulva.
Vulva. That's a good one. Vulva. I mean, what's the temperature on anus?
Anus. I think it's if you pronounce it anus.
It's much
less-
sexier when you say it that way.
Yeah.
That's how
Anus is
Anna
sharp.
would pronounce it. Anus.
Yeah.
I don't even have one. I just heard about them.
I had mine removed. Bleached.
Okay,
Ready?
right, yeah.
All right, we're gonna call Diane
Thanks,
right
Sim.
now.
Thanks for indulging me
Yeah, of
on
course.
my
I know. I love talking
private
about
parts talk.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by ZocDoc. Who gets excited about trying a new restaurant that has 2 out of 5 stars? When it comes to finding healthcare, don't ratings matter even more? ZocDoc is a free app where you can compare doctors, read reviews from real patients, and even make same-day appointments. When I finally called to reschedule my dentist appointment, I was told that my dentist had been retired for nearly 3 years. In my defense, parking was a nightmare. Through ZocDoc, I found a new dentist who had great reviews, took my insurance, and whose office was actually within walking distance. I was also able to book an appointment instantly without talking to a receptionist who made me feel guilty about not having my teeth cleaned for 3 years. My new dentist didn't make me feel guilty either, and only suggested I floss a little more often. Whether you need a primary care physician, dentist, dermatologist, psychiatrist, eye doctor, or other specialist, ZocDoc makes healthcare easy. Now is the time to prioritize your health. Go to ZocDoc.com/unqualified and download the ZocDoc app. Sign up for free and book a top-rated doctor who might be available as soon as today. That's ZocDoc.com/unqualified. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and the lofty goal of creating boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point. Sunglasses, with or without a prescription, start at $95 and, just like eyeglasses, are available through their home try-on program. You just choose 5 pairs and see which ones you like. I was surprised by how quickly they arrived, which presented me with the immediate problem of deciding which ones to keep. I loved all of them, so you can guess what happened. And not only can you feel good about how cool you look, you can also feel good knowing that for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need through partnerships with nonprofits like Vision Spring. Offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams, Warby Parker is committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores. So put your FSA or HSA dollars to good use on Warby Parker prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. Try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy. Ships free and includes a prepaid return shipping label. Try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/unqualified. That's warbyparker.com/unqualified.
We're going to call Diane. She's here in Los Angeles, and she's 29 years old.
I don't know anything about this.
Oh, okay, great.
I do.
He's such a brags a lot. He really does. Don't show off so much. It's not appealing.
What are you guys talking about?
Nothing.
Hello?
Oh,
Hi, Diane.
Diane?
Hello?
Diane?
Diane?
No, you have the wrong number.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Um,
This Isla, this is how we do it.
this is
We
a
like
very-
to prank
it's a
call
very
a lot
low budget
of,
show.
a lot of people before we get the right number. It's kind of fun though, right?
It is really fun.
I'm so glad. Thank
I'm
you
actually
so
really
much.
glad I didn't know anything about it.
I'm so
Because
glad
it's
too.
so creative and unusual, and I got to see you do. I wanted to see your other character though. I have to come
Oh,
and just spy on
Kayla.
you when you have a boy.
Oh yeah, Kayla. Kayla's horrible. Well, Kayla, she also annoys you when you're the lead of a movie on day 63 with her 2 lines.
I think we're ready now.
Oh, okay.
I think
Sim
we're
got
gonna
the technology figured out.
Okay.
we're gonna call Diane. Diane is 29 and she is in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. Oh, we can't see her.
Oh, that's good.
Hello?
Diane!
Yay, Diane!
Hi!
Hi, it's Sim and Anna's here. Anna, say hi.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, Anna. It's like I
wanna
heard
introduce
that you
our-
guys have been having some trouble, so sorry about that.
I'm glad we finally connected.
And
But
it-
we do have a special guest here that Anna's going to introduce to you right now.
Diane, we have Isla Fisher here, and she's so fucking awesome, and I just
Hi,
love her
Diane.
so much.
How are you? I'm Australian, so my accent's a little different, but
She's really hard to understand.
Yay! Yay!
That's me
thanks
being
so
a
much.
horrible
I'm so excited.
Yeah, thank you so much for submitting a question. I don't know what it is. I know Sim
Well,
does.
I know we talked earlier, and so we're going to get into a little bit of background in a second. But you and your boyfriend are in a non-monogamous relationship, and before you get into what happened recently, tell us just give us a little bit of background, and then tell us what happened, and then we're going to try and give you some advice.
Sure. The background on that is, my boyfriend and I have been together for 2.5 years. We are non-monogamous, and the tenets of that were basically that if there were other people, my rule was that we both use protection, and the rule that he brought to the table was no friends. We've reconfirmed that at different times because I know that he is still friends with people he had previous sexual relationships with. I'm not really concerned about that, but we just made sure to be on top of, like, whether that, just that I knew that it wasn't like this loaded thing. But furthering that is basically, on my side of the relationship, I want to know if he hooks up with anyone, based on the fact that he doesn't actually have sex casually. He's that much, like, it's basically like if he's sleeping with somebody, I know that that's a person who is going to have meaning to him. And it's also, like, not going to be a surprise to me, probably. Like, it's not going to sneak up on me, was essentially my thoughts in this. And then...
So get into what happened, Diane.
Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm just, like, sitting in a park.
Oh my God, bless your heart. I have so many
No.
questions.
I know, me too.
Yeah, but I think it's important to know exactly what happened here.
Okay, so what happened is, so that's the background. Oh, I should probably just also finish, like, his side is that he doesn't want to know if I do things with other people. That's just for full clarity. But I do. So basically what happened is that my boyfriend recently went to Spain for for about a month to visit his father. His father lives there. He hasn't seen his dad in a couple of years. While he was in Spain, an affair for 2 weeks. He was on this trip with two of our friends. Both of those friends had recently undergone major losses in their lives. So it was kind of just like a trip full of people who needed to like get out of the country.
One was a female friend, and one was a male friend, right?
Yeah, one is a female friend, one is a male friend, and I can break down like the specifics of the loss. I don't like know how relevant both of them are, but that said, so he had an affair with the female friend for 2 weeks.
So he had a relationship for 2 weeks with somebody in Spain as well as this female friend, or it's the female friend?
No, the female friend was.
Okay, so we're just talking about one person.
One person, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. He imported this and he brought it home, which is what I'm furious about. I feel like this is a little bit manufactured, if I'm being completely honest. But so that said, I'm trying to find out.
And this is his rule, right? No friends was his rule.
Okay, but sorry, go on. I want you to finish your story before I give you a barrage.
I will say that regarding his role, he's very much into the whole specifics, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, but you said no, and he's like, well, I felt at the time because he is still in a place where he thinks that his interpretation of what he did was that he did a compassionate act for a good person in a dark place.
Whoa.
He did her the favor of having sex with her. Oh, what a great guy. Yeah.
I'm sorry to laugh, but that's...
Pity fuck. Everyone loves a pity fuck.
Basically, he's starting a nonprofit.
Yeah. By combing in her hair, I was soothing her.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to put
Diane,
you on the
we're not.
defense.
Yeah. And so basically, the reason that he said that, last year, our female friend lost her husband. They'd only been married. They'd been together 4 years. They'd only been married for a couple of months, and unfortunately, he passed. And she's been coping with that, and it's been terrible for her. And I can't imagine the depth of pain and loss and hurt and just the hold of that left in her life. That said, she is closer to my boyfriend than she is to me.
So he's having an emotional affair. What do you object to is the fact this is not a sexual affair. This is an emotional affair.
Wait.
Oh, no. I am really upset that they had sex. She had come
also,
to me.
Right.
Yeah. They didn't. Here's the thing. Okay, if I'm being real specific. Oh my God. Okay, because they didn't. He feels that he's in a place where he didn't think that I would be that upset because basically what happened in Spain was they both got sick the moment that they landed. So the whole room situation got switched around. So then the two of them were sharing a bed because they didn't want to make the third wheel sick.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding. Here's the thing. I wouldn't have minded any of this. I wouldn't even have been I would still be hurt, but I wouldn't be half as mad if I had known, because apparently a week went by and then they got drunk and she kissed him and they did everything but have sex. And then continued on, he apparently says that there was nothing sexual after that, but he did continue a physical flirtation.
When did you find out about the hotel sickness thing? Is because of how because to me that seems and Diane,
yeah.
I'm not crazy about this guy.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Okay,
Diane wants
But wait. Can I explore a little bit more?
Which I think before you do that, though, before you guys start to your barrage of comments, she's reaching out. She's reaching out because you want to know what you can do to kind of do. Because do you feel like salvaging this, or do you want to wait to hear what Anna and Isla have to say first?
Both. I can say if there's obviously a lot to say about that. I've it's been about 13 days since it's happened, so I understand that I'm a little everywhere. I'm definitely in a place where I've at least stopped crying. But
do you have any dependence with this person?
Yeah, good question.
Oh, absolutely no. Absolutely
Do you share an animal?
No.
Great.
No,
you guys live together? You guys live together?
Are you economically dependent? Are you dependent on him?
He's a part of my day-to-day. I've been living with other people since this happened, on and off. We've lived together since July, so I could save money to get my own place actually this month.
Oh,
So,
that's good.
Even that was trying to solve itself. I'm not somebody who wants to live with my partner. We used to live across the street from each other, which was ideal. If I could have that for the rest of my life, that would be perfect.
Well, okay. Wait,
Why? Why would you say that?
I mean, apparently she's already in a non-monogamous relationship. So
You keep saying, I wouldn't even have minded, or I would be happy to live alone. Do you actually want do you want to have emotional intimacy with a human? Do you want a partner, or is this bravado because you've been put into a corner with a guy that said, these are the only things I can give you, and so you've said to yourself, well, I'm happy to accept them? Or are you genuinely, if you were to write down on a list of the kind of dream attributes of a future partner, you would say, I don't want to live with them, I am happy to be in a non-monogamous relationship? I mean, do you know what your identity is as an individual, or is it just... You do. And these are the things you honestly want to be open because sexually you want to explore other things. You don't want to be locked down.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's specific to this partner. I don't want to be locked down. That goes both ways. It's not that I don't want a primary partner at some part in my life. It's not that I don't want a partner. I've experienced that with other people. When he and I met, we were both in long-distance relationships. That eventually, and everything kind of happened organically. His person moved out of the country completely, so that became what it was. And my other partner at the time, I had just moved to Los Angeles. I didn't know if I was staying in Los Angeles, and ended up, the jig is up. 4 months came and went, 6 months came and went, and now it's been 2.5 years. He and I are still very, very close, and we're still very good friends, and he has somebody else in his life, and we were able to, with communication, seek that into a very close friendship. It was done with clarity, it was done with respect, and it was done with love. Because what I want is basically hey, I love you, go be happy. That had much clearer terms about the fact that what I wanted was to be able for us to get a beer together, because if I couldn't have that with him in my life, I'd be really upset about that loss as opposed to anything else.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by State Farm, and in honor of their surprisingly great auto insurance rates, I'm going to tell you about a particularly surprising day on set. It takes me a long time to read a script. For almost every line of dialogue, I will stop to figure out why my character would say it, how it fits in the conversation, and how it's going to come out of my mouth. Between the lines, there are larger chunks of text which describe everything else happening in the scene. Maybe what a room looks like, what characters are wearing, and what they're doing. As I often underestimate how long everything in my life takes, I know I can make up some time by reading those larger chunks a little faster. I got the script for Overboard about 6 months before we started production. I read it in my warm living room, wearing comfortably warm clothes, sipping from a warm mug of tea. Somehow, it never occurred to me that when you jump off a boat in the middle of the ocean, the water is surprisingly cold. And it doesn't get any warmer on take 2. Here at Unqualified, we love State Farm because they provide coverage that meets your needs at a surprisingly great rate. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by OSEA. Wondering what to gift your friends and family this holiday season? Female founded over 25 years ago by a mother and daughter team, OSEA's award-winning cleansers, serums, face moisturizers, and body products give you the results you want. Skin that looks and feels amazing. I recently got to try OSEA's new body butter, which, like their now famous Undaria algae body oil, transforms dry skin without being greasy, has the same incredible scent, and leaves your skin soft, smooth, and healthy looking. If my experience is any indication, you can count on your partner giving you a lot of compliments. This holiday season, stock up and share your new favorite clean skincare and body care with your friends and family. Unqualified listeners get 10% off your first order with promo code ANNA at OSEAMalibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order, and orders over $50 get free shipping. Gifting is always easier if you start early, so head to OSEAMalibu.com. Use code ANNA.
So it seems to me like the whole idea of establishing a non-monogamous relationship is the idea of like, you know what, we are going to be so open that we tell each other everything. And these are the rules we've established, and like the openness includes like I want to fuck other people. But what he is really saying to you is he's lying to you with your established agreement of openness, which is, you know, it's a relationship that I don't like. I don't quite, because I'm possessive and jealous, and so I couldn't handle a non-monogamous. Can I even handle a syllable? I don't know. but what I'm saying is he's already violated so many of the terms of
what is a relationship without trust. Also, once the trust is broken,
100%.
in my experience, trust doesn't ever, you can't rebuild trust, particularly after 2.5 years, and particularly when he's clearly, I mean, when he tells you, please, Diane, please tell me that you know the idea that he is helping and healing somebody through sexual intercourse.
And this weird, like this.
It's such bullshit.
Sick,
it really is.
It makes
ridiculous.
my blood pressure go through the roof.
I know.
It's the worst thing I've ever heard.
The hotel room thing is.
Oh, no, that's not.
making me
Oh,
insane.
Sim, I can tell you worse. Oh, Sim, I can tell you worse.
Diane,
we gotta get you out
answered
of
your own
this.
question.
Yeah.
You didn't need to ring us. You need to give us his address.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you still love the guy. I mean, that's why you wrote in.
Or
I mean, there's
is it
something.
safety and security? I don't know. People stay in relationships for those things too, and they think that it's love. I've done that.
Here's the thing: the whole non-monogamous thing, it blew up in her face. Is what happened. It completely blew up in her face because it did. It did because
Whoa.
you're feeling.
What a dick.
You're
I'm
feeling.
sorry,
no,
Diane.
it's
My
true though because you're
producing
feeling.
partner
But
seems being kind of a dick.
she's obviously been railroaded into this.
I understand that. I completely get that.
She hasn't
but
been
he's
hoisted by her
here's
own
here's what
petard.
he's doing. He's taking some liberties which he shouldn't be. He's obviously he's testing her. He's testing to see. He's like, you know what? Since we already have a non-monogamous
He wants his
relationship,
cake,
let me
he wants to eat it.
exactly, which is the wrong thing for him to do. He completely violated her trust. But here's the thing. It's like, how much rope are you going to give him? How much
Right.
rope do you want to give him?
That's the thing. Right now, there's really not much. The ball is in his court to regain my trust, and I just don't really know what to suggest besides time and space. Like, we've taken some steps. I said within the first couple of days, like, we need couples counseling because I cannot do this without somebody else in the room to at least mediate, because you don't really understand why I'm like, it feels like you don't understand why I'm upset, and you just trying to understand this rationally is not helping, because you're looking for, like, what's specific about this upset me, and I don't really care.
It's
Like, you
emotional.
lied
It's
to
not
me.
rational.
And a guy that thinks that he can tell you as an intelligent woman that he needs to make love to somebody who's grieving, or that he got sick so he has to share a hotel room, and thinks that he can convince you that's sort of bordering on
Sociopath.
Yes. Yeah.
Sociopathic behavior.
Yeah.
You're looking at a personality disorder here.
Diane,
and I would
don't
warn
want you to get fucking murdered, please.
Well, I think that she's joking. I mean, I've not seen
Well,
any
I don't
evidence
though. No, I'm not. I
of,
don't
like,
want her to get murdered though.
in
I'm not.
the Shoot a baby.
I
here.
say that in earnest, but
I mean, this isn't the 60s. It's a wrap on this guy.
yeah, Diane, I really, I hope that, I hope that, cause I have believed, one of my, like, I've had a couple of ex-boyfriends, and I've only had like too, because I, you know, A, I was scared of my body, and B, tried to make a bad thing work. So I have very limited relationship experience. So that's why I started a relationship podcast. But I have had the experience of a guy telling me, "Oh, this girl tried to kiss me," and I have found out 3 times. Well, twice. I should revise that, but from 2 different guys, so it counts as 3 times. That it was a total fucking lie. That they totally fucked, and the excuse was that a girl tried to, because that was like the good cover, like in case like my friends or somebody found out or somebody started talking. The cover was, oh, so and so tried to kiss me. So remember that night I told you about, babe? I told you about it. We totally didn't fuck. It's a rumor. Remember I told you she tried to kiss me, and I was like, no, you gotta back off because I'm in love with Anna. You probably said Anna.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like this is a common tactic.
Okay,
I just want you to protect yourself, Diane.
We need to give her some final advice.
I got some advice for you, Diane.
Yeah, we need to give her some final advice right now because we have to
Let's
leave.
do a GoFundMe page for Diane.
Yeah.
Wait, I mean,
Tinder account. Let's do a Tinder account.
But do you think, Diane, are you willing to break up with him? Because I feel like that's like the obvious advice from, at least from the 3 of us. Are you willing to do that?
Space is obviously a thing that we need. Walking away is obviously a thing I need to do, and I'm not sure whether I'm in a place where I'm just letting this die a slow death rather than ripping off the Band-Aid. I mean, I've appreciated the stuff he's done so far because it's all he knows how to do. There's definitely most of my friends are basically like, you can do better. They're in a place. I'm in a place where they understand, they have my back, and that feels like the best thing in the entire world. But at the same time, I know that on some level, if I give him this chance and he fucks up again, all I'm going to get is an "I told you so." And I see where they're coming from with that, and I see where I'm coming from in terms of like having dignity and having pride.
Right.
And there's an amazing expression. The first time someone fucks you over, shame on them. And the second time someone fucks you over, shame on you. And I don't want you to find yourself there, because do you believe this relationship's done? She's still a grieving widow. They're still friends. I mean, what's not to say? It feels like 2 weeks sharing a room.
And he's
it feels
hurting
like
you.
he's going to continue this behind your back, possibly. And you're naturally, like all of us, we can feel like as soon as something's leaving, suddenly we want it more, and you might feel yourself pulled into a competition. And then this is going to hurt you. I mean, in terms of how, like, ripping the bandage off versus, you know, allowing this to die a slow death, the most painful thing for you will be to allow this a slow death, because my instincts are, from this story, this is going to happen again and again, if not with the same person, ultimately with somebody else. Like, you're probably looking at a 5 out of 10 pain-wise if you walk away from this right now. If you delay, you're looking at a 10 again and again, not to be dramatic.
No, listen, I think you're totally dead on.
And in like 2 years from now.
Oh my gosh, when you've invested more, when then you're 32, we all know what it's like to age and
Diane, we always preach about like trying to make a bad thing work, because that's like sort of what so many women do. But listen, I'm telling you, there's incredible liberation in letting him go.
Hey, Diane, let me know what you decide. Send me an email. Let me know what you decide.
And thank you, Diane.
And thank you so much for sharing this. I know this was really personal for you, and I really, really appreciate you sharing this with us.
I want to touch base with you again, because I really want to actually. I have a gazillion questions for you, but Isla has to go. So, but I do want to. I don't know. Maybe at a later podcast, I can call you back, because I want to ask you about the whole origins of everything.
Okay, that sounds good. We'll do that.
Would that be okay?
That. Okay.
It was so nice to meet you, Diane. Sorry if I sounded tough.
No.
I want you to believe in yourself.
You were protecting her heart.
Yeah,
that's what our whole mantra is.
Of course. All right. Good night, Diane.
Good night. And we're going to call you later. Okay. We love you.
We have one more call, guys. And we're going to call Allison.
That was a good call, Sim. I wanted to talk to her for a really long time. I don't even understand how you establish the boundaries for non-monogamous relationships.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
I couldn't do that.
I couldn't ever. How do you, like, how is
Hello?
Hey, Allison.
Hi, Allison.
I'm sorry, I didn't even introduce Alice. Allison she's in Denver and she's 27. Allison, say hi to Anna, and Anna's going to introduce our special guest to you.
Hi, Allison.
Hi, Anna.
Guess what? We have Isla Fisher here tonight, and she's so fucking awesome.
Hi,
and she's,
Allison.
just
Hi,
hysterical,
How are you?
brilliant, beautiful,
I'm
and gives
doing
great
well.
advice.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
We're doing well.
Good. We're podcasting.
Yeah.
Out of the
So Allison, your good friend is about to get engaged to someone you and all of your friends and you know in your heart is wrong for him. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so we've got a guy friend. He's been a friend of ours for about 4 years now. And within our group of friends, there's about 7 of us. We're really close. And he already did get engaged about 2 weeks ago to this girl who he's been dating for 6 months. And before that, they had been friends for about a year. He kind of had a thing for her, but she just totally kept him in the friend zone. So about 6 months ago when they started dating, at the same time that Jay got a new well-paying job and sort of started this relationship with the girl he'd met online, this girl, Mary, she had lost her job and was sort of getting jealous of this relationship. And basically she gave him an ultimatum, said either you can date me, be all in, or she was going to move to California and he would never have a chance to date her again. So he was really conflicted. He asked my boyfriend and I for advice. And we took him out for drinks one night, kind of let him know our concerns, reminded him of his own concerns that he had. And ultimately we told him it was up to him. But basically the next day they had sex for the first time. Within about 48 hours, they were like officially dating and apartment hunting. And then within 2 weeks, they had moved in together. And, now they're engaged. We really don't spend a lot of time with them because we absolutely can't stand her. And still to this day, none of those initial issues that we had and he had have been resolved. They're still sort of present. So.
And so, okay, I know you explained this, but how long have they been dating in total?
They've been dating for 6 months.
Okay.
And friends for a year.
Yeah, friends for a year before that.
Okay.
What exactly do you not like about her, other than the fact you feel she's on the hunt potentially, economically?
Yeah. So she's pretty self-absorbed. She's completely obsessed with like proving to all the people of the world how amazing her life is. She does all of the Facebook posts with the like, look at me. And when they were planning their engagement, she had told him that if no one was there to film the engagement, that she wouldn't say yes.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of things, but she belittles him in front of our friends, and she's just kind of awful.
Okay, she doesn't love him. You feel she doesn't love your friend, and you love your friend, and you feel like he deserves somebody who loves him.
Yes. I think that she loves the way that they look together, and that's it.
I have a few thoughts. One, I think that she and I want to follow this up with a bunch of other thoughts that are in defense of you guys, but I think that because you and your friends are coming at this from already a strong established friendship with the man, that because of maybe immaturity or insecurity or whatever, the woman, I think as you called her, Mary, is viewing all of your friendships with him, his already established ones, as a threat. So she's going to be on high defense, which is lame. It's not great.
Sure.
But it's very typical and natural and to some degree. The second thing is, I don't think there is anything you guys can really do to prevent whatever ultimate decisions he is going to make. I do think that potentially you could ask him out again for a beer on his own and say to him, listen, we just want to make sure that you're completely happy and we love you so much, and without doing any attack on the woman. because that will instantly put him on the defense, and he'll be like, no, she's like, well, I love her, you guys don't understand her, or like, well, fuck you guys, whatever.
Yeah, when we had conversations with him before, he's gotten a little defensive about like our opinions.
Right.
Which
yeah,
I understand.
I've totally been there.
And nobody knows what goes on in a relationship from
Right,
the outside.
right. And
can I say that I would suggest, if it were me, I would go out with the woman, not the man.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I would say,
Isla,
can I voice some concerns? Why is it that you love, what's his name?
Jay.
What is it about Jay that you really love? Because we're crazy about him, and tell me about your relationship, how you met, and just she's going to tell you all the right things. I think.
No. But the idea of like, what if Allison and her girlfriends that are friends with him reached out to her, and you're right, you're totally right, like took her out, like one-on-one. So there's like girl love. So because
she may love him and just belittle him because she feels less than.
And also when suddenly you have like when you're hanging out with all of your boyfriend's cool friends that he's had for years, of course it's going to make you feel like, do they like me? I don't know if I'm funny enough. I don't know if I'm cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
Sure.
maybe if I don't know, that's the lamest
I've had those
tactic
feelings
ever.
in my own
I think that's
relationship.
good. I think that's good.
Right, yeah. Like I think
You can start with that and see how that goes.
Would you be willing to potentially gather up some gals and maybe invite her out for a little gal time?
Would that make her feel uncomfortable though, or would she see like, oh my, there's something really weird about this? If you were invited,
Well,
I don't know.
I would go, but I'm a
would go,
gregarious
too.
spirit.
Yeah.
I love everybody.
I love and hate everybody.
Even though we don't really spend a lot of time with her, she actually like will post things on Facebook and call us all her best friends. So maybe she would be into that.
I like her so much. I feel sad
she's
for her.
lonely.
Maybe you guys
She
are
really wants your approval.
Take her out and see what happens.
It's totally that.
Do you think you could find yourself to be in like a place where you could do that, like, or at least take her out and like,
She's probably got something
embrace
great
her.
about her.
And
I mean, if if one of your best friends really loves her, there has to be something,
yeah.
right?
And
like, give her the benefit of the doubt, maybe.
Sure.
and you're not going to be able to win the war with him.
No way.
I
You know what I
agree
mean?
with that.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
You're not going to change his
She'll
mind.
have
I
a magic
definitely-
with you, I know.
Well, I think that a lot of this, he's totally infatuated with her as well. But I think that at least what we can all see as friends is that they have sex, and she must have like a magical vagina because that was the hinge point for him.
Does she have my vagina?
She definitely doesn't have mine, darling. I've had 3 infants.
Well, that seems to me feel like you're making your own.
I've had mine.
It seems like you do. But anyway, Allison, I think that if you and your friends, especially your female friends, could feel generous enough to sort of attempt to embrace her and see if she's, because it sounds like she is, if she's posting stuff about you guys all being best friends and stuff, she's lonely, she's scared. She's like clinging on to him. Of course, she's probably going down on him like every night, which is so annoying. I hate women like that because that means that I sort of have to do that every now and again.
Oh, speak for yourself.
We're gonna have to let's let her go right now, but let's give her some final advice before she goes.
Allison, what do you think about that annoying advice that I gave you?
Will that work for you?
I could definitely try that. Yes.
Awesome.
Really? Because I don't think that by advising him again about his relationship,
you're gonna alienate him.
Yeah, he won't take it. I mean, at
take it
least
well at all.
like when I've been
That's definitely been like the thing we've all agreed on as friends, and we've talked about it, is how to approach this, is that he would just become so defensive about it.
I think, Allison, you be the alpha. Get like your friends and be like, listen,
Let's go see a movie.
Let's kill her with
tacos.
love and see how it goes. At least twice. And if she is completely lame, unbelievably lame and weird and whatever after 2 hangouts, then call us back and I'll break the news to him.
Perfect. Hey, Allison, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you.
We'll talk
Thank
to you
you
real
guys
soon.
so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's wrap it up.
This is the USA symbol. What Sim is doing right now. I'm not sure if you can interpret
I
it.
thought you were calling me crazy, but I get it. It's we're leaving, or there's a cyclone coming.
Yes.
But before we go, though, Nocturnal Animals is coming out.
Yes.
And it's coming out December 9th.
Oh, is that wide release? Okay. Selected
yes.
cinemas from November 18th.
November 18th for like it's for New York and LA maybe.
Yes, possibly.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, I don't
Perfect.
know that. Yeah.
And then it'll be released wide December 9th, and Tom Ford is directing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
A Single Man. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure you've seen it. And
Of
I hear
course,
it's amazing.
It's amazing. He's such an amazing director, and it's such a grown-up piece. It's
Right.
beautiful. And what I love about it is there are so many movies about physical violence and none about emotional violence. And this is about the toll that takes and repressed guilt. And I have a small role in the movie, I should say. I mean, it's Amy Adams' movie, and she's brilliant in it, with Jake Gyllenhaal, also brilliant. But I'm really proud of it.
We're excited
Well,
about this.
you're an incredible person, an incredible actress,
thanks.
and I cannot thank you enough.
Say my name.
Isla from the island of Capri. Oh, from Britain. Yes, Britain. Just kidding, dear listeners. Her name is Isla Fisher, and she is really she moved to Australia at age 6.
Yes.
I know this from
well
Wikipedia. She was born in Oman.
Yes. Well done.
Thank you so
for
much for
having
being
me.
here.
Thank you. And
I had
also,
so much
will you
fun.
margin charge me?
I will margin charge. It's perfect for it's perfect for him.
Oh my God.
He'll, I don't know when the US edition comes out, but I will margin charge you in a UK one.
Isla also has 2 children's books out, right? There are two of them.
Yeah, Margin
and
Charge.
Margin Charge. And
Margin the Pirate Baby.
Margin the Pirate Baby.
Yes, of course. But they're, I really enjoyed writing them, and I'd be so happy to share them. It was such a wonderful experience.
one last question. Will you crawl into bed with me tonight?
I'm in.
Follow us on Unqualified on all social media. Thank you so much. Good night.
She's